Alright, y'all, let's talk about Zepotha. I'm not going to tell you much, but it has popped up on TikTok recently, and people are talking about it. So, I'm going to tell you everything I know about Zepotha. You've probably seen it popping up all over the place, unless it's just a very niche section of the internet of TikTok in which I tend to stray. And actually, I think this whole thing is really fucking cool, and I want to talk about it. So, without any further ado, grab your snacks, grab your drinks, and do you remember me? Roll the intro. So, if you've been on TikTok, you've probably been hearing this song. Quite often popping up, and people saying, "Oh my god, you look like Elaine or Maxine or Vincent from Zepotha," or you've seen this 80s movie being talked about, right? And how it's this 80s horror flick and it's set to the background of this song. And I think it's awesome, honestly. But here's the thing, y'all. It's not exactly a real movie just yet. Zepotha was actually started by a small artist on TikTok that does synth pop inspired music named Jeffrey. And actually, I followed this creator before this whole thing blew up, and I have actually been waiting for this song to drop. I quite like their stuff because I'm an 80s girl. Like, I wasn't born in the 80s, but, you know, I have family members and older siblings that grew up in the 80s, and when you're poor and you live in the 90s, well, you're gonna have a lot of VHS tapes and a lot of pre-recorded media from at least the 80s, the late 80s on up, so, like, I like 80s music. To say everything quite shortly, I like 80s music and music inspired by the 80s, and especially since, you know, watching Stranger Things and whatnot, I've been following this creator. So I seen this start with them promoting this new song called Do You Remember Me with a POV that's like, POV, you're stuck in a high-paced chase, you know, like a high, fast-paced chase in an 80s movie, and you're being chased by the killer. POV, you're being chased by the killer. You know, chase scene kind of stuff, because it goes with the song, and I quite think it does as well. I think it would be perfect for, like, a chase scene in an 80s movie. And that slowly evolved into promoting it as, like, hey, did you know that this song was in Zepotha? It's a really weird, obscure, old 80s movie, and people are talking about it. It's basically a marketing tactic for this song, and I think it's actually pretty fucking cool because the artist themselves is encouraging people to make their own stories off of it, encouraging them to make art off of Zepotha. It's gaining its own lore actively right now online. It's gaining its own lore. People are making characters and cosplays, and I might have already been almost 2,000 words into writing the book for it. I don't know why it was 3 a.m. last night, and I was very inspired by this song to write again, which, if you know me, I haven't written anything story-based for years. I haven't written a single thing. I have fan fictions on Wattpad and Quotev and Archive of Our Own that I never finished because there was just this moment where I didn't want to write. I couldn't find the spark to write. And this whole Zepotha thing and it being so weirdly cool has gotten me back into writing, so I guess Zepotha will be coming to a Wattpad near you. I just think it's really cool to see everybody getting together and making characters and just generally being inspired by things. and it being like its own inside joke. I don't think these things are bad. I've seen people being like, it's just a fucking troll. Ugh, it's just another troll. Like, the artist is being very forthcoming about it. Their whole post, the original post that spawned everything, said, let's make our own lore. Let's make our own characters. Y'all can do whatever. This is what this is about. They weren't hiding it. It's an inside joke for anyone that cares to take the dig into it. It's completely fine, in my opinion. I think it's fine. Like, everybody is just having fun and trolling everybody about it. Like, okay? Okay? I mean, I remember the days where horror movie promotion consisted sometimes of giving scary intro videos at video stores, back when video stores were a thing. I remember that there was one instance, I think it was like the Scream movie or The Ring. They literally put VHSs of the actual like Ring, the video in The Ring movie. They put that shit in stores and handed it to people without telling them what it was. So these people would go home and watch the scary ass girl come out of the well with no context, no nothing. They would just plop these videos into unsuspecting people's bags, or was like, hey, here's a freebie. And then they'd put it in there as promotion. These tapes were given to people by the promotion team, and they put them in people's bags, so these people would go home, and then all there was be at the end is a date with the movie on it, with the movie date when it came out. That was a fucking troll. I mean, imagine coming home and watching this weird random ass tape that was just thrown into your bag or whatever, or however they actually did it, and then watching that. Before the movie had come out, nobody would know what the fuck it was. It was just some scary video of a girl coming out of a TV screen before there was really the internet. This was like the very early days of the internet. Like, you didn't have the kind of shit like we do now. So, like, if this whole Zepotha thing is a troll, then you could say that was a troll too. And look how well it turned out for them. I mean, I think it's just really fucking cool, and I wanted to talk about it because it's just really inspiring to me. And, like, if y'all don't believe me, I will take a picture of this script that I've been writing. I will take a picture of it and pop it up right here. Right there. And it's got about 1,875 words as of right now. I'm on the first chapter. I probably am biting off more than I can chew, and I might stop this later. I don't know how long I will be inspired to write. Yeah. I've been doing this since yesterday. I'm really excited about it. I didn't know what it was originally when it started, like, being a thing. I was like, wait, is this from the... And then I went back to Jeffrey's page and I looked, and I'm like, oh, they did start this. Good for them. It's a cool way to promote your song. I think it's just fun. I think it's just a good, harmless bit of fun where people are taking creation from someone promoting their song, is taking a single idea of this song being used in an 80s car chase or an 80s high-speed chase, and everybody is just being like, yeah, here's my interpretation of it, here's my interpretation of it, here's mine, and making up all these characters and cosplays. Just let people have fun, okay? Don't hate on these people, just let them have fun. Let us have fun as a young Zapoda fandom, I guess. I guess there's already been, I already seen people calling it a fandom. So let this fandom do what it gonna do and build itself from the ground up like we did with Creepypasta, because I was also there for Creepypasta in its very young beginnings. Okay? Let us have fun. So if you were ever wondering what Zapoda was all about, it is just a fun way that a small independent artist is trying to promote their new song, and people were just very inspired by it and ran with it. So yeah, the more you know. If you've never seen my face before, hi, I'm Randomness. I talk about random shit on the internet, whatever I want to talk about. Like today, I'm talking about it. And if you're looking for my socials, I'll be popping them up on the screen right there. Right there. And I hope you have liked and subscribed. If you haven't, that's fine. If you do, cool. Welcome to the Random Not Nation. We are so glad to have you here. So, that's what I got for you guys. I love you all so much, and I hope you have the best day. Bye!